When King Charles heard what he described as footsteps running in the corridor at Dumfries House, he was the first person to learn that his mother's health was worsening hours before the general public. Sources had previously stated that only Prince Charles and Princess Anne were able to make it to the royal estate before the Queen passed away. Nevertheless, senior royals hurried to be at the Queen's bedside last Thursday in the wake of the news that her health was deteriorating. Now, the chief royal correspondent for Newsweek, Jack Royston, has revealed how the King found out the news while he and his wife Camilla were staying at their property in Scotland, Dumfries House. In an interview with the Royal Beat, he revealed that King Charles was only informed of the decline in the health of his mother a short time before the news was made public. He went on to clarify that Prince Charles and Camilla were currently present at Dumfries House. Jenna Bush Hager, who was actually ready to film an interview with Camilla, said that she heard footsteps running in the corridor while she was with her mother. Charles took a call, there was complete silence, and they were requested to maintain their silence. The next thing that came into her mind, Charles and Camilla were riding in a helicopter together. And that was about 12:30, on Thursday, the 8th of September, so that was roughly exactly the same time that we were told. So they didn't wait, and they didn't give Charles an hour or 2 hours before telling the public. After Charles hurried to Balmoral to be by his mother's side, his wife, the Duchess of Cornwall, who is now known as the Queen Consort due to a request made by Elizabeth II earlier this year, was driven over to join him. It is understood that the Queen's daughter, Princess Anne, was already with her mother as she had been undertaking engagements in the area. The Queen's other children, Prince Edward, the Earl of Wessex, and Prince Andrew, the Duke of York, as well as the Countess of Wessex, whom the Queen adores and treats like a second daughter, were brought to Aberdeen by a private jet that had been hurriedly arranged for by staff members. The plane was scheduled to pick them up in Aberdeen. Prince William, her grandson, joined them at that time. His wife Catherine stayed behind with their 3 children, all of whom had just started attending a brand new school. The somber royal family flew into Edinburgh at 4 p.m. and drove straight through the Balmoral gates at 5:06 p.m. Although the exact moment of death has not been announced by Buckingham Palace, it is widely believed that the royal family was unable to say goodbye to their beloved matriarch. At 6:32 p.m., Buckingham Palace released a brief black-bordered statement announcing the Queen's death. It read, "The Queen died peacefully at Balmoral this afternoon. The King and the Queen Consort will remain at Balmoral this evening and will return to London tomorrow." Charles released a statement after the Queen's passing in which he eulogized Elizabeth II as a cherished sovereign and much-loved mother. About half an hour after the announcement of the peaceful passing of the Queen, a statement purporting to come from His Majesty the King was released. His statement read, "The death of my beloved mother, Her Majesty the Queen, is a moment of the greatest sadness for me and all members of my family. We mourn profoundly the passing of a cherished sovereign and a much-loved mother. I know her loss will be deeply felt throughout the country, the realms, and the Commonwealth, and by countless people around the world. During this period of mourning and change, my family and I will be comforted and sustained by our knowledge of the respect and deep affection in which the Queen was so widely held."